Excuse me. Hello, Kevin. You've done it. You're first. I hope you have a speech prepared, because I don't. God, the down button on this controller has just gotten so spongy. Excuse me. Just ate a bagel. How do we do that? Ta-da! I think that works. Oh, no, that part breaks. That's too bad. You're supposed to be working, but you've been laying in bed for the past 3 hours. No, I get it. The same, but with Puyo instead. Which is like mentally lying in bed. He's not already dead, Seza. It could have been a better combo. Damn it, next time it will be. Maybe. It doesn't go there. It doesn't go there. Okay, so that has to go there. Excuse me, hang on. Excuse me. Getting very phlegmy in the background. Yeah. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, see, it's the same. I don't know what it is, but every time I eat and then just stream, I feel this constant urge to clear my throat. And I don't know if that's like... I don't know. If that's a thing that everyone has. I don't remember it being an issue, but also I don't remember eating and immediately streaming all the time, so... Very polite streamer. Well, I don't stream that often, so I figure any time that you spend on my stream should probably be not entirely just me coughing. Like, there's a time and place for that, of course. And I have a whole other stream where all I do is cough, but not on this one. Did I lose yet? Yeah, now I did. There. That goes there. Then we need a blue. Could maybe work. That goes there. Then we need blue on the shelf. And then red. Red. Not that, not that. Purple. Not what I want, but it's fine. Okay, and then we want that, and then that. Video games. Can I just get my doctorate in Puyo? After unraveling the mysteries of the human brain, now I'll unravel the mysteries of matching 4 of the same color blocks, and also I think my microphone is too quiet. Nope, it's not. Okay. Just checked. It was like 8 out of 10. Have to get it up to like 12 out of 10. But I can only really do that on level 1 because it takes so much time to get those chains quite right. Or just right. Don't do it. Oh, you... That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Because we can still... whatever. What is that? Like 6? Oops. That's not what I want. Need more greens. No, don't put it on my pile. That's my wrong pile. Nope. I just want a ROM hack of this where once you beat level 1, it just immediately loads back into level 1 again, over and over, so you can just trounce the AI constantly. It's like a Puyo Victory Lap edition. That works, but then we need that, but then we need a trigger for the yellow, and that's kind of annoying. Nope, it's not. There we go. Can't get more than 8 chains today. Oops, that went backwards. Doesn't that essentially do it? Yeah! Yeah, I guess it does, actually. But then that's like Puyo, the opposite of Victory Lap Edition. Because you never end up winning. You always end up not having enough points after you beat Satan, and then you just get thrown off the tower. Can I have another? Nope, 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 nope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was hoping that red would hit it. That, don't want that. Want that, want that. Nope. Yep, 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 yep. That was a bad idea. Whatever. Chat, what's up? If you don't talk more, I'm gonna have to start playing Strider again. I don't wanna have to play more Strider. But I'll do it! If that's what it takes. Actually, I might actually want to play it again anyway. Roasting garlic right now. God. It's incredible how much of cooking and how much of, like, the smells that you associate with food that is good really just boils down to, like, oh, I just have onions and garlic in this. And it just ended up being very aromatic. Yeah, you know, salt, pepper, things that have a lot of smell. Salt especially. You know, somebody walks in, they're like, hey, is that salt? Oh, it smells great. You guys making salt over here? Is that what I smell? Oh, that could have been way more than that. Someone screwed it up. Yeah, I guess they do have stinky salt, don't they? Probably with, like, some gross sulfuric compound crap in it. Well, you can always tell, like, the people that have spent any amount of time cooking and the people that haven't really. Just don't let them know that it's actually pretty straightforward and you just kind of throw crap in a pan and fiddle it around until it's warm and soft, and then you eat it and put it in your big dumb face. Yellow please, yellow please. Doesn't do anything. I don't know what I would even do for a cooking channel, though. Like, it would be fun to screw around in the kitchen and then just talk to people. But it's not gonna be, like, great food. It's just... Hey, I'm gonna saute some garlic and spinach and peppers and onions and then throw them in pasta. Or maybe I'll throw them in potatoes. Or maybe I'll throw them in like a tofu scramble and crack an egg over it or whatever. It's like the Taco Bell approach. Just here are the same component ingredients, let's just throw them in everything. Oh, really? That's annoying. Oh, did I not save that file? When I downloaded Strider, did I just merely open it and then it deleted it because it was a temporary file or some garbage? That's probably it. Because computers. You know how it be. Yeah, I get it. Like, the amount of dumb cooking gadgets that you can just end up accumulating. Like, no, I've never made waffles here, but that's because I didn't have a waffle maker, probably. So if I get one, I'll totally start making waffles, I say, and then you end up with, like, some dumb gadget and then never use it for anything. Is this set? Yes, it is. Okay. Ha ha ha. When I was in London for a bit, I ended up eating a whole bunch of, like, mozzarella and tomato paninis, and figured, oh, I'll just get a panini press and just make them all the time, and I never bothered. But maybe I should. At least it wouldn't be like $7 or something for a slice of cheese and some tomato. Yeah, I do have a rice cooker. I just don't have a blender or a food processor. Ah, god damn it. God. Okay, none of that counted. Can't make biryani in a rice cooker. You could try. I have a rice cooker and it's really nice and I love it, but the problem is it vents out the top and it ends up like bubbling over with rice starch and water and whatever else into the little exhaust vent. And, you know, it's a vent with like the circumference of a quarter or something, and it's, god damn it, it's very fiddly to clean. You have to like wedge a wet cloth in there and get it up like the couple of inches that the weird exhaust channel is. I think on the newer ones they have a removable piece for that, but for mine it just gets gunked up a bunch and then it's just too much hassle. And like the lid doesn't come off either, so you just have to, you know, wrestle with the entire rice cooker. This big bowling ball shaped object on your counter that is now full of sticky rice goo. Without any obvious way to get it all out. Oh, my world record pace. Is GDQ going on? Isn't around that time? My rice cooker is fancy. I bought it, I made sure to get the specific Sojirushi model that was the one that was made in Japan. None of these Chinese rice cookers for me, please. I'm a connoisseur. It says it has fuzzy logic technology, and that's good, because so do I. I like the idea that there's a tiny brain inside of my rice cooker, like, trying to make it the best rice it could possibly be. Put these robots to use. God damn it. Rice bots. Also, it has a setting for brown rice, which is very nice, except it takes like, goddamn 2 hours or something. So I don't really use it all that frequently these days. Back when all I ate was rice and vegetables out of a bag, I would pretty much just only use it, but not quite as depressed. Oops. Woo. God damn it. What's that? I didn't even notice that thing has a life bar on it. Everything's blowing up at once! Strider is super rad. It just controls not very well. But conceptually, it's a very cool game. Maybe this will be the next thing that I try to 1 credit clear, although I think it's too irritating. I think it is better to be better at ghouls and ghosts than it is than it is to be good at Strider. Play all these late 80s arcade games and pretend that makes me cool. Yes, that was pretty much exactly what happened. I don't know if our senators have the ability to just form into a gigantic centipede, but one would hope so. Also, if you make that jump fast enough, you can totally skip that other boss down there. The strongman dude that throws you. You just have to book it the entire time. The rice cooker makes me cool and the game's just that. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Well, in American Congress, we can't even get bipartisan cooperation for everybody to even fuse into the giant centipede, which is kind of the problem. Like, they keep passing bills and resolutions, and it just, like, you just can't get anyone from the other side to form into the centipede with you. What a game. Oh. I did it. What is... I don't understand what these languages are. Like, some of them seem like it's English, and some of it... Like, I don't know. Is that a communist human centipede? Yeah. I guess so. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Oh, God. Yeah, I've seen some of those cicada recipes going around. Oh. I haven't tried it, but they are everywhere at the moment. Not to say I'm, like, super into the idea of eating bugs, and I'm probably not going to eat any, but I can totally understand why people are. Just like, yeah, that's a thing I'm probably not going to be able to try again, so why the hell not? Might as well experience all of the depths of the human experience. What do you have to lose? Also, this jump is always super irritating. Okay. No. He doesn't even run, he just walks with a lot of, like, purpose. Very methodically and intended. Life, please. No. Oh, God! Some of the walking animations just look like he's so serious about it. Oh no, he's coming! He's really mad now! Full determination walking up this cliff. Yeah, crustaceans are pretty much just bugs, but that's society. You know, it's like how lobster used to be considered poor person food. And standards change. Oh, I'm not saying it's like the same. It is absolutely not. But just in general. Lobsters are very weird. A lot of, like, crustacean existence is very weird. But I'm also not, like, a crab anatomist, so maybe it's actually very fascinating and I've just never bothered to pay attention. But it's just like a shell of more or less like homogeneous looking white meat. I guess that makes an animal up at the end of the day. I've seen a sea spider. Yes! Yes, I think so. Or like one of those deep sea spider crabs. If you've ever looked at the underside of a crustacean, it's about as gross. Yeah, but that goes for most of us. Like, if you've ever looked at the underside of me, I'm sure I'm pretty gross too. All my weird claws and feet and gills. God, this is such a dumb part of the game, because every time you get shot in the face here, and I found a way to avoid it, except by doing this, and sometimes it doesn't matter. And then it turns out, you see this, it turns out, instead of jumping over it, which you can absolutely do, and go through it, you have to do this. Which is, like, not obvious at all. Grab those? There you go. Oh, I've never had this. I don't, what? Oh no! They should not give me this power. That blew it. That's why I can never be a ninja, secret agent, whatever Strider is. Just can't get those wall jumps. I'm assuming you have to jump. Unless you can just hold up the entire time and you'll make it. No, you won't. But you probably have to jump like 3 times or something to get enough height and then just hold up. Yeah. Okay. You mind? God, is that life? I don't know if I can hit it. It is. I guess I have to get it. God. Oh, yeah, this part. That's kind of like the part where you start checking out of Strider because it just starts to get to be a hassle. Now. Whoop. Why are you lighting up the phone? Oh. This, however, is a good battle. Just because it's very dumb. What? Wait, what did I die on? I take it back, it's not fun anymore. Did it. Victory. I don't remember where to go. Okay. I don't know if I'd say it became fun, but I'm giving it benefit of the doubt. Oops. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, okay. A Stockholm's thing? Wait, is it actually one of those disorders? Like, oh, it's not Stockholm Syndrome, it's Stockholm's Syndrome. It's mine, I made it up. Hi, it's me, Johnny Stockholm. I generally just thought it was Stockholm minus parenthesis S. Oh. Well. Mushrooms, huh? They'll do that to you. Oh, Jesus! Holy shit! And then Strider is mercifully eaten by piranhas and pulled down to the depths of the Amazon River. Any questions? Oh man, I can't continue that. That's me, I'm 3 people. Strider? No, ghouls. Goobs. Yeah, but the new one on Steam's still like 20 bucks, isn't it? I don't think I'd enjoy it. I just want to play Ghouls and Ghosts over and over on loop and then always be slightly impressed that I've become fairly decent at it. And then just feel good about myself and then do that over and over to the exclusion of ever doing new things. Because I might be bad at those things, but if I do the things that I'm good at, then I never have to worry about being disappointed. Yay! See if I can do 3 loops on 1 credit. Yeah, we'll make a new category. Oops, I didn't get the golden armor, and I had to do it a 3rd time. Because the game will just send you back if you're on the 2nd loop and you don't have the right armor. It's not gonna, like, advance you to the final boss. It's not gonna say anything differently. It's just gonna say, hey, do that part again. And then you do. Whoop. You thought it only redid the last stage. I don't think so, but I might be wrong. Truth be told, I don't know if I've ever done it, so I might be totally wrong. It seems like how it would work. Crap. This is gonna be annoying. Because I don't have any range. At some point he's gonna rush me. Oh! Hey, that worked. Hey, guess who's played this game a lot? It's me. Oh. This I think I'm probably gonna die on, though. Well, they banned video games in 1990. So we only have games from like 89 and before. If I die before I get to the checkpoint because I'm just screwing around, that'll be unfortunate. Oh, did they announce that video games are over at E3? Thank God. We're all free. Video games are over. Everybody get your fantasy out by LARPing. Feel free to have all the adventures you want, but you have to do it yourself. Have to put on your golden armor and fight clouds shooting out lightning bolts in your own backyard. Oops. Sword is not a great weapon to have at this point anymore. Okay. Cool. Nice. I haven't played the new Ghosts and Goblins game. I don't like how it animates. It looks cheap. Arthur looks very dopey. Oops. But that's the problem with everything, right? Like, oh, we added too many pixels to this and now there's too much definition. And your vision for whatever this thing is supposed to be is not my vision. And I don't like it. Like, yeah, I guess I could play it, but I also didn't really like the first Ghosts and Goblins that much, because it's just kind of primitive control-wise. And I didn't like Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins that much on the PSP. Like, it's fine. But I just don't enjoy playing it that much. It's kind of more irritating than anything. Oops, that's not where that goes. You enjoy video games. Well, can you not? This isn't the right chat for that. This is a specifically anti-video game chat room. Well, it's like I've also learned all the Ghouls and Ghosts level designs and everything, and how to get through everything pretty straightforwardly. And I just kind of can't be bothered to learn all the new layouts for these new Ghouls and Ghosts levels. Maybe at some point. Ah. I blew it. God, Sonic 06. Sonic 06 is great. I've come around on it. You know, it's officially one of those so bad it's good things. Oops. Well, somebody's trying to port the whole game over to Unity or something, right? For some bizarre reason, but as something that somebody could do and achieve, I'm all for it. I'm kind of waiting for that to come out on the PC, and then I'll do it. I hope they have a way to make the loading times longer, because I assume they would not normally be as long as they typically were. Especially on that god-awful PS3 version. They should have a toggle, though. Realistic loading times, like how some emulators can speed up, like Sega CD loading or something. Realistic disc noises. Well, it'll be like my Sonic Adventure stream, with the VMU and the Dreamcast disk drive grinding away in the background. God, I don't even know where to start on this. God, there's an entire generation of people that just have learned to troubleshoot things by, like, blowing into them and then plugging them in again. There's a camera at work we were using to record some animal behavioral experiments, and it was having a hard time connecting to stuff. And both my coworker and I were like, no, I'll fix this. Unplug it, blow into it, or like blow into the memory card slot or whatever it was. Didn't fix it, but we tried. Turns out, I think the battery died during one of the video recordings and it kind of corrupted the memory card. But not in any unrecoverable way. Some, like, Windows check disk run was able to fix it. I swear it works, though. And, like, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's all just entirely placebo, and if I unplugged it and plugged it back in for some other reason, without blowing in it, it might totally do the same thing. But we don't need to test that, because we can just keep blowing into things. I haven't defended my thesis yet. I haven't finished writing my thesis yet. But someday, then I'll be unstoppable. Because everything I'll say will be like, Harvard neuroscientist so-and-so says this about that. And you have to believe me. Because I've spent my entire life in school, and that's gotta come with some authority. I will, however, make you all call me doctor. Change my emote prefix to Dr. Tim. No, because I feel very happy to be squatting on the Tim emote prefix. So every other Tim out there is not able to have it. Devalues your bachelor's. Yes, but the difference is that I also spent like 7 years of my life just agonizingly slaving over this stupid thing that we call a degree that they say is supposed to be beneficial to you in myriad ways, but I mostly just want to sleep. What's Tim the Tapman's prefix? Well, it's not Tim. Haha. Sleeping is nice, you're right. Only got like 4 hours last night. Which is why I'm not being very productive at the moment. Slept for 11 hours like a degenerate. No, that's great. It happens. Live it up. Like, whatever. Sometimes that's just what you need. Don't feel bad about it. Mental illness be like that sometimes. Yeah, I have all the money because while I wasn't spending my time sleeping, I was using that time to rob banks. Sell my blood plasma. Or robbing banks, I wouldn't have to sell my blood plasma. The joke's on you. Have you ever heard of an alibi? Someone's not a criminal career bank robber. Officer thinks he can put me at the scene of the crime. Well, guess what? I was out donating blood plasma at 2 a.m., officer. Checkmate. I don't know anything about the central bank of Baltimore being robbed. I was just eating my orange juice and granola. Granola bar, even. Oops. That's not where you put those pieces. I stole no Centrinos. I was volunteering at the local Centrino orphanage. All of these laptops left unattended that I had to bring in from the cold and defrag. God. Remember defragging your dumb hard drive and just watching that little graphic just go across the screen bit by bit, filling up different colors? Yeah, it took forever, and it's like, I don't know if this made a difference. I want to say it's faster, but I'm also expecting it to be faster, so what do I know? Defrag my mom. Well, thank you. She runs way better now. Her loading times are much improved. Now I can load up Lego Racers, and it doesn't take 4 minutes. Yeah, on my mom. Where do you think I keep the motherboards? It kind of is pretty interesting, though. The concept of defragging. Oh, computers. The concept of fragging. That's also very interesting. Telefragging. Yeah, that one. Why does Benadryl make you sleepy? It's an antihistamine. receptors. Hang on. There, okay, great. What's a histamine? It's a neurotransmitter. It, does a lot of stuff. I don't know that much about histamine and histamine receptors. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. They're all G protein coupled, I think. I don't think they're ionotropic. So essentially you just have histamine kind of floating around and it binds to synapses, and then that produces all sorts of effects within the neuron in terms of certain gene expression bits or certain signaling patterns or whatever else. But unlike normal ionotropic neurotransmitters where it's like, this hits a receptor and the receptor opens and some of these ions flow in and then the neuron gets more or less excitable, it's one of those like slightly more complicated cellular things. I know it has some sort of role in sleep, but I don't know exactly why. I don't know if we even know what a lot of the histamine receptors do. Oh, wait. Apparently there is a histamine-gated ion channel for chloride. Produces fast inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. Yeah, so I guess if it's upregulating fast whatever, probably like acting through inhibitory interneurons or something, it probably helps promote a lot of fast synaptic activity, which is generally excitatory and is involved in modulating sleep-wake states and transitions. Why do you need it to stop your nose from running? I don't know. Look, we put out that paper that's about, like, psilocybin and depression. That's roughly the realm of things that I know about. I don't know that much about histamine. Barely know anything about serotonin, to be honest. It's one of those irritating things where it's not just an easy, this thing makes this thing more excitable, this thing makes this thing whatever more excitable or less or whatever it is. It just has various roles, like changing firing patterns and tone of stuff in subtle ways that are not incredibly well known nor super easy to explain because I don't understand them well enough. Well, everyone has their own little domain of stuff that they know. So, like, yeah, I do neuroscience, but that doesn't mean I understand a whole lot about the brain of the brain. You know, like, I'm a synaptic physiologist. So we're just sort of looking at excitability at individual synapses of individual neurons or individual populations of neurons. and then seeing what their role in certain behavioral aspects are. But like, I don't know that much about other signaling chemicals. I don't know that much about a lot of neuroanatomy. I'll do this, aren't I? Oh, no, maybe not. Ah, god damn it. Yeah. If you're bipolar, I probably wouldn't recommend trying psychedelics. That's what they generally say. I mean, it's always up to you, and it's your body and your brain and your choice to try whatever, but I generally think people advise staying away. If your brain is kind of prone to being tipped in one direction or so dramatically, it will definitely tip you in some direction or other, which may or may not be super pleasant. The problem is BPD, I can never tell whenever somebody says it, like, oh, is that bipolar or is that borderline? Why is this like that? Okay, so this has to be a purple, and that has to be a green. Yeah. Right? No. What happened? I don't care. Throw it in the trash. Doctor. Oh, brains. Brains, brains, brains. It's all very interesting when you think about it, because, like, all a brain is, really, or all, like, a mood is, or a personality or anything, I guess at the end of the day is really just down to, like, how excitable certain things are at certain synapses and at certain neurons. You know, it's like your brain is just one big, very malleable lump of tissue that, it's not gonna work. That essentially processes, like, incoming sensory information, runs it through a vast network of, like, 100 trillion neurons that take that information and then mediate neuronal excitability downstream in a billion different ways, modulated by, like, neurotransmitter release and the amount of receptors around and the way that certain neurons are structured and the way that the synaptic terminals are all structured, and all of those things perfectly gating the interaction between sensory activity and, like, output behavioral response in such an incredibly complicated and intertwined manner, but also, like, perturbing any of those things in one direction is enough to set off, like, any sorts of mental illness or God knows what other aberrant sensory processing. I guess that's kind of more or less the underlying principle behind neural networks, except we just can't simulate everything entirely accurately yet for lack of processing power. But it is really interesting, I think. Like, genuinely interesting, not just one of those, yeah, I guess I'll work on this, it's fine, whatever kind of things. Just like human emotion and consciousness and behavioral everything is all very interesting. And how you have all of this morphological and chemo-electrical junk behind it all. I don't want that. No. Really? That's actually kind of pulling it out surprisingly well. Hey, there it goes. Well, I mean, essentially, I guess the idea behind fostering diversity in game creation is just that you'll have experiences made by different people that apply to other people's lived experiences that had otherwise not necessarily been approached in video games before. You know, it's like everyone wants a story that they can relate to, but everyone also has different backgrounds and upbringings and whatever. Cheese it, man, it's the fuzz. Oh, it's not red on that. When's the last time I cheesed it? Oh, I'm currently cheesing it. Maximal cheese. I think you need more gay people in video games. Wow, okay. Can you even name 5 gay people? There, I thought so. Name 7 of their albums. That's fine, whatever. Can I do this? Can we get away with that? Something this absurd? Oh, I ruined it. I still don't know what Bugsnax is. For some reason, every time I think about Bugsnax, it just ends up making me think about the Nutshack theme. Like, for some reason, those two things have become intertwined in my brain. You know, like, it's the Bugsnax, da 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 da, etc., etc. Don't make me do the rest of it. I will not. Man, I like jazz punk, actually. Hasn't really been anything like it, or at least not recently that I'm aware of. What's the other universe like? Well... There's a whole dungeon crawlery aspect to it. These games were derived from these characters in some JRPG dungeon crawler thing. I don't know where the Puyos come into play. Maybe it's like, this is how you cast a spell in the Puyo-verse. You align enough of these random blobs and eventually it works out. Is it like Kentucky Route Zero? Is that the game you're thinking of? Is that even a game? There's some Route Zero something or other. Can you eat a Puyo? You can. It's a crime, but you can. When you merge them, do they die? No, they're merely recycled. Thrown back into the Puyo life stream. Normally not, Julia, but we'll make an exception for you. Oh, God. If I had a blue and a red together, that'd be great. There's no fixing this. A. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Much better than recently. Just tired. Haven't slept enough. Hey, X. Oh, goddammit. I blew it. Oh. Could have flipped it over the median. Oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. Call me whatever. Oops, sorry, chair. Monotone, whatever. There you go. That goes there. Look at these chains. Jesus. Like, the pieces just keep connecting, but... Do I need that yellow? Is that part of anything? I can get a lot of purples on there, but I think I'm gonna... no, wait, maybe. Maybe. I need a blue and a... Oh, wait! Oh, no! Flip it over the median! God damn it. I had... the exact... thing that I could have totally saved that with. Are Puyo sticky or more like rubber? I assume they're like tapioca balls? So, like slimy, maybe? I don't like the idea that they're gooey. That seems a little bit wrong to me. Wow, this is weird. So we pop that, we pop that. Okay, so the trigger's the purple, right? Yeah. That might have been a mistake. Because we need more purples. How about that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good enough. Sometimes my brain miraculously figures out like 12 chains. That was not one of those times. I always find the way that people build different chains in this kind of interesting. Everyone has their own little mental algorithm they're going off of. Although a lot of people, I feel, just use... what is it, like the GTR or something? Some Japanese term for whatever. Oh, that's not where that goes. Very specific, optimized way to put your pieces in a chain. But I've never bothered to learn it. Doesn't feel all that fun when you're just playing online and everyone's just doing the most optimal thing. It's like playing chess against a robot or something. It's like, great, good job, you figured it out. Cracked the code. You won, you're the best mathematically. But did you really win? Do you ever truly win? Yeah, this is Puyo, it's not Tetris. They let you win in this game, actually. I mean, Tetris is out of Russia, first of all, so you would expect it to be a lot more fatalistic than Puyo. Oh yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. I forget. You didn't try, you didn't learn. There's a really good reading of the dude who voices Master Miller in the first Metal Gear Solid reading that in character. It's very well done. Always appreciate when voice actors can lean into stuff like that. And just make dumb, goofy content for the rest of us. What am I doing? I think the trigger's the blue? Oh, that's not what we want. Yeah. God, whatever even happened to that dude? The weird difficulty rant video gamesman. I swear, social media just brings out the worst in people. Yeah, it's a Where Are They Now segment. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was the one. You cheat. You go, you cheated not only the game, but yourself. Whatever. You didn't learn, you didn't... It doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. Took a shortcut and learned nothing, gained nothing. Yes, thank you, Noise Crush. That was the one I was thinking of. No, I'm too gross and too poor to do a hot tub stream. God, this whole Twitch hot tub thing is so goofy because who even has a hot tub? I mean, I guess a lot more people than used to, but still. I'm an IRL streamer, you get one. I guess I could be. Already showed you my weird face. Or someone's weird face. I cannot verify it's me, actually. Make it like that dream face reveal thing. You want to be horrible at video games. Well, boy, oh boy, do I have some good luck for you, buddy. You've been horrible at video games this whole time! Yay! You win. Oh, hey, Draco. Oh, this is not... Oh, God. Oh, no. No. Oh, Jesus, Draco. Draco cosplay when? Like, 6 years ago? It's not good, it's just like the dress and the leggings and the gloves. There's no wig, no anything. It's not all that exciting. Also, I think it ripped immediately because it's cheap Amazon clothing. I don't know if it's that exciting. I haven't done it for a bit. Should have gone with the high-quality AliExpress clothing. I had some dream about that recently, and I can't remember what it was. Something involving, like, shitty Express clothing. I say slurring a whole bunch. Let's see. I could probably dig up the picture of that Draco thing now that I have a second. Oh god, there are so many awful pictures of me wearing awful clothing from years and years and years of just being confused. Where is that? Oh, there it is. I don't know which of these pictures were the good ones. Oh, they're all kind of bad, actually. None of them look all that great. Christ. There's just so many. I went from being a person that never took selfies, like ever, 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 to just constantly. Although maybe it was more of like a body check sort of thing. I can't find the pictures I'm looking for. Take a million pictures. Yeah, well that's like absolutely true. Let's see, hang on. God, these pictures all suck. My old crappy phone. There, it's like roughly the Draco cosplay, but wearing a crappy dress and crappy leggings and crappy gloves and whatever else. It didn't look very good, and this is from like over 5 years ago. It does need horns. It needs a lot of things. I could probably do it far better at this point. God, there's so many like mediocre cosplays in here. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Let's see. I know I have an image of it here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, so like, when I was taking these things, like A, I have no self-confidence, and B, I wanted to, I guess, present in the most flattering way it could have been, so like, say for that like Hatsune Miku cosplay, it's just like the same picture taken over and over and over, and they're all slightly different. And at some point you just comb through like dozens and dozens of these things, and then find the ones that seem most flattering. It's just a dumb process, but I solve this issue by never taking a picture ever. No, I get it. You don't want to provoke any sort of crappy feeling. Good old-fashioned body dysmorphia. Although, of course, it's always, like, then the infinite battle of, oh, is it body dysmorphia, or am I actually just ugly? Or, like, you know, along the same lines as that whole, oh, well, am I good enough to even have imposter syndrome feeling? Good old-fashioned insecurity. What? Sure, okay. Yeah, well, it's also weird because you can, like, stare at yourself in the viewfinder or something and think, oh, this looks alright, and then you take it and you look at it, and it's like, ugh. What is this awful corpse I'm looking at? Do you mind? No, I generally just fight back because it's... I don't know. It's annoying. It's one of those things where, like, people will say nice things, but you can never tell if it's them being, like, you know, friendly or nice or, like, genuine or whatever else. And the real answer is that you're supposed to have self-confidence and shouldn't be so reliant on what other people may or may not think of you, but also when you don't, you know, you're just like a dry sponge constantly trying to soak up good feelings from somewhere else, but then also, like, not believing them or any of that in the process, so you just don't really get anywhere. It's like, thank you for saying this nice thing about me, but also I don't believe it, and it clashes with my own worldview of myself and how crappy I am. But also, I guess we'd also just call that bit depression. But whatever. Oh, thank you. Well, also it's very frustrating being in graduate school sometimes because you're always around people that are very smart and very dedicated to whatever they're working on all the time. And, like, sometimes you're just a weird, sad, lazy lab gremlin. You don't want to do anything. But everyone else is being very productive and finding out cool things and putting out papers and everything, and you just cannot care less. That was also my Slack notification, FYI, speaking of data. Although not my data. Oh, God. Oh, huh. One of those groups looks promising. Yeah, well, it wasn't... It took a while to get into the groove of graduate school, because as I've mentioned like a number of times, you know, I'd almost gotten kicked out. I was doing a very bad job, and was not putting in a whole lot of effort, and was not focusing on getting a lot of stuff done because I was just miserable and wallowing in it all the time. But, weirdly that ultimately turned itself around. And then Harvard hired me, so... Who knows? The published paper is the 1 in 1,000 selfie of the academic world. It depends on the journal. Is this a paper in bioarchives that has not been peer-reviewed yet? Or is this like a bona fide Cell or Nature paper or something? The Tim redemption arc. Yeah, well... I'm trying to not fall into the same crummy, depressive pits. Because it kind of gets old just lying around being sad and wishing you were dead all the time. Because nothing gets done. And then you just sort of watch everyone else blow past you. And it's like, great, I've wasted all this time feeling sorry for myself and accomplished nothing with any of it. These are all my Slack notifications, by the way, so don't check yours. I still find it wild, though. Like, I never ever thought that would ever happen. Especially in the way that it happened, where it just showed up out of the blue one day. Just in my inbox, like, oh, Harvard is asking if I'm interested in working for them in one of their labs. One sec. These work messages. Trying to set threshold criteria for these behavioral experiments. But yeah, God. I mean, I guess in some way, thinking about it is kind of gratifying, not to, like, brag. Like, oh, well, depression sucks. Spent a lot of time being stuck in those pits. But I guess, at the very least, I'm trying to do something about it. In the grand scheme of things. Various treatments. Or like doing research on psychedelics, which can hopefully bring them into more mainstream use. Because I've found them to be very helpful. So I would like to pretend I'm sort of helping, but who knows? I mean, at some point if they advance any of this stuff to clinical trials, I would not be surprised if, like, none of it works in people, but whatever. Mechanistically it made sense, so... That shouldn't have gone there. Oh, that shouldn't have gone there. Ooh. No, just pop it. Yeah, like when I had all that psilocybin in the clinic, I just remember thinking, like, my god, why don't we just let everyone do this? You know, like if you don't have any mental health contradictions that would get in the way, like, you know, people want psychedelics, have at it. Because, like, at the end of the day, a lot of drugs are just sort of, I don't know, very much stigmatized for certain things when, in reality, I guess they can actually be very helpful. You know, because you're like... It's all beaten into your head for years and years and years that it makes you a bad person and ruins your brain and everything, but then you try it and it's like, oh, well, this is actually very helpful, thank you. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, there are some drugs that people probably should not have. Like, we should not have opioids everywhere, and probably at all. Maybe. Or, like, methamphetamines, or probably cocaine. Although, like, that... I've never had it. It seems like it's kind of borderline, but it also seems like it is just so physically addictive that it is probably not worth messing with. Seems like once you have had it, you cannot unhave it. Or like nicotine or something, you know, stuff that doesn't seem to serve a massive, massive purpose, but still has a whole bunch of health hazards attached to it. Also, I've never smoked, so if smoking does something for you that I'm, like, not picking up on, other than feeding the beast, I apologize. Yeah, well, I saw... So somebody posted our article on Reddit at some point when it came out, and there were a number of people that were like, oh, you're taking away the hallucinations because you don't want us to find out the truth of society and social hierarchies, and we have to keep the pores working, right? I'm like, what? No, I wish I were part of some grand conspiracy, but it's really not that interesting. I work for Big Mushroom. Yeah, that's my hip-hop alias. It's me, Big Cap. Big Cap? Well, that's also really the interesting thing about psychedelics in particular. And maybe a lot of these other rapid-acting antidepressants that we work with, and just sort of how they promote long-term change in behavior and mood by fiddling with certain aspects of synaptic plasticity. So you end up just actually having the ability to change aspects of yourself that are not necessarily working out or are very productive or end up being very constraining or something. You know, because people generally thought that personalities and whatnot were all generally pretty stable throughout somebody's life, but it turns out actually with I guess the right kind of psychedelic and the right set and setting, you can kind of change aspects of yourself, at least for like some time point, either like a few days or weeks or who knows. Can ruin someone's personality by exposing them to constant work stress for a decade. Yeah, like that was the thing at some point when I first started applying to, excuse me, those psychedelic, excuse me, clinical trials, where, you know, you have this idea that, oh, well, what if I do this thing and it's like life ruinous and I don't come out the same and I end up being broken and full of all these behavioral maladaptations or whatever. And then you realize, like, wait, well, I'm already a mess. You know, it's like I'm miserable most of the time and already missing out on whole aspects of life that I should be and could be doing, so... nothing to lose, really. That's not gonna connect, is it? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Neither is that. Some things in small doses can be extremely helpful. All things in large controlled or uncontrolled doses are bad. Yeah, well, I guess that's also the issue. Like, we don't really know what the typical therapeutic dose is for a lot of this stuff yet. Like, we have a general idea, but in terms of, like, dose-response interactions, we don't really have it quite down yet, which is why you're not going to your doctor and they give you little capsules of psilocybin right now. But maybe in the future. And if anything from any of my research played any part in that, in this hypothetical future, that would be very neat. No, that is what eyeballing a dose means. It's like in Mario 64, you just like hold the drug around your eye and spin it around a bunch, and then like your eye spins around a whole bunch and a blue coin pops out. I think it like is explained on the back of the eyedrop packet how to use that. Get those 5 coins. Yeah, and that's also the other interesting thing about a lot of psychedelics, is that they're all generally pretty safe. You know, they're not really physically addictive. I don't entirely know about LSD. That might be slightly more because it acts on the dopamine system somewhat. But psilocybin isn't. There hasn't really been a whole lot of evidence so far that shows risks of long-term exposure, but also we had a lot of that research, like canned in the late 60s and 70s from the war on drugs, so we don't exactly know, because there hadn't been a lot of controlled studies. But, on the whole, it seems okay. Have I graduated this year? I haven't, but I will. I think. No, I think. I have to. I have to graduate, and I have to get my job. Will hopefully defend my thesis in a few months, and then go to Harvard and do God knows what. Haha, those fools think I know science. I'll show them. Show them how much I don't know. Been watching me for almost 6 years now. Oh, so what does that mean? Like 5 streams? Thesis pieces. Whenever you order from a certain chemical supplier, I forget which one, I should know this, some of them will give you a little box of just snacks and like granola bars and whatever. And they're in a red box that says lab snacks on it, and there's a picture of like a cartoon Labrador. I feel like every lab I've ever been in, there's always somebody that keeps those boxes and stores like equipment or pens or something in. I've lost. Oh, fly for fun. Has since been killed, regrettably. God, why do I have my Google photo album up in the background? Awful photos from 2016. Yeah, I think Fly for Fun got transferred to new ownership on a new set of servers, and you had a very limited window in which to transfer your account over, which I did not do and I did not know about, because why would I be checking my old email for Fly for Fun updates? So they migrated servers, and I don't think my character made the cut, and I cannot seem to access it at all, so I just assume all of my middle school memories are now forfeit. And I shall pay with my blood. It's fine, whatever. God. Oh, MMOs. Living that lonely adolescent on the internet life. Yeah, I put some stat points in the wrong thing, and then somebody in the chat gave me their Subway gift card code because it was one of the few ways that you could buy in-game cash shop items. And that person could have had a sandwich, but instead I took their code and turned it into a restat to move some of my stat points back into intelligence where they belonged because I was a healer. And now that character's gone, and that person can never have a sandwich. Like, one sandwich has just been effectively wiped off the face of the earth. I did give away that Papa John's pizza once. I'd forgotten about that. That was like 8 years ago. I know people on Twitch just give away actual stuff worth money. Still like to try LSD and Psychoblin. I would also like to try Psychoblin. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like it turns you into a goblin, which I might be totally down for. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde drug. I'm gonna have everyone's favorite 4th of July psychedelic treat, Psych Corn on the Coblin. Get some water. Oops. I don't wanna... This controller is gonna slide off my desk. There it is. Don't move. I mean to the controller, not to you. I've never actually played Sonic Colors. It seems okay. But apparently, like, the cool Sonic Unleashed-esque 3D bits are not most of the game. You know, in, like, traditional Sonic Team fashion. Like, oh, we figured out Sonic 3D gameplay in a way that works. Oh, but we only put like 5 of those stages in there. Or whatever the actual amount was. Oh no, it's more Strider. I was the biggest Sonic fan, not played one of the better Sonic games. Because Sonic Colors came out, what, like 1989 or something? Whenever it came out, I was kind of falling out of video games. I don't think I actually ever finished Sonic Unleashed either. I made a lot of progress into it, but those Werehog levels are not great. Oh wait, let's see. Build up enough space here, you can skip this boss, but I did not do that. Sonic R's great. It's not a great game, but as an experience, it's great. God, the weirdest thing is that I'd totally forgotten this existed. So they ported Sonic Unleashed to the Wii for some reason, and they, I guess, made it work. But then they took the Wii port and then ported that on the PS2 in like... what, like 2011 or something ridiculous? Maybe not 2011, like 2009 at least. Maybe 2010. Was the PS2 version any good? Because it's very weird to me to have, like, Sonic Heroes or something on the same platform as, like, Sonic Unleashed. It seems like they're so radically different. Oh, this is just gone. Yay! Just there, T-posing. You will never leave Eraser alive! I got you. Go. Okay. This game seems like a complete train wreck. People like Strider a lot, and I never usually could get into it, but I'm kind of into it now. It's very weird in a way that I kind of appreciate, but it doesn't control great. It's one of those like late 80s arcade games where it kind of controls like platformers that you know and love, but it's super stiff, and like the air control is non-existent in a very Castlevania kind of way. Yeah, the NES version's bad. People like the Sega Genesis version a lot, but I think probably only in comparison to the NES version. I will say the Genesis version is surprisingly a high-effort Genesis port. Like, it's missing a bunch of frames of animation and stuff, but it is pretty faithful to this. Do you wanna, like, get hit at all? No? Okay, well, then just go. I'll see you whenever. Whee! Okay. Oh, Sonic Chronicles, The Dark Brotherhood. That really good soundtrack. Oh. Oh. Okay. I forgot, that's not how you go. I hate this game, I'm not playing it. It brings me no joy. Ow. Ugh, God. Could play Magical Drop 2 badly. And see how many people would click on the stream with anime titties in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I saw that Southwest Heatwave. It seems not good. Sorry about that. I forget what the button is. I am intensely bad at magical drop too, it turns out. That's the problem with this game, is that I cannot look at the chat while I'm playing it. Which one's Urquhart? Is that where you go see the city of tomorrow? What is it outside here? 84. That's roughly as hot as I am comfortable with it getting. I did it. I will say I would be lying if I were not excited to go to Boston just based on the climate. At least just from a, I don't want to have to deal with like mid-Atlantic heat anymore. I say as people are roasting in like 117 degrees. Is it a dry heat or is it a humid heat? Around 63 in Boston. See, that's what you want it to be. I just want it to be coat weather all the time. And shield my body in a massive chunk of fabric. No longer a person, just a walking coat. Did that CPU not pop anything? It's still just bizarre to me that people live in Vegas. You know, it's like, oh, I live in a shopping center. Like, yeah, I guess you can, but it wasn't really designed for living in. At least to me. Having never been there, and my only real reference for Vegas being, like, gambling documentaries and Pawn Stars. Wow, those are definitely Reddit screenshots. Why are you reading bad Reddit comments? The Reddit, like, one person makes a joke and then everybody just sort of dogpiles onto it and makes progressively less funny versions of that joke are just, like, the worst. Especially when they're just, like, the same versions of that same joke that is just repeated across the site over and over. Like, free me from this internet prison. Do you think Rick Harrison of Pawn Stars fame has, like, friends, legitimately? What do you even do with that life? I mean, I guess what do you do with anyone's life, but still. Uh-oh. Womp womp. Get rid of all the non-essential grass in Vegas. There's a weed joke in there that I can't be bothered to figure out. Why does it just suddenly get really hard at this point? Or did I just like spontaneously forget how to play? Got hit by the wrong bit of cosmic radiation and then just went blank. Ugh. See ya then. Syrup sunflower. I don't know if I've ever played Puzzle Bobble. I'm meaning to get into Mr. Driller. That seems kind of cute and fun. But I have not played it. I think they've apparently, like, ported one of the apparently good but unlocalized GameCube releases to the Switch recently. It's like Mr. Driller Drill Land, I think, or something. Oh, yeah, I'm kinda into Tetris Attack. I'm throwing that on the puzzle game repertoire of, like, puzzle games I'm halfway decent at. Puyo, Hamilton Upon, that weird Russian game, no, Vertrix 3. If it had native controller support, I might play it more, but it is just too out there. Oh no, who accidentally closed the game? Oh, it wouldn't have been me. What freaky Chinese columns thing? Do you mean columns? God, the D-pad on this is just getting so incredibly spongy. Like every time I push down on it, it's just mush. Yeah, spongy. I meant what I said. Just, like, you hit it and you don't think you've hit it because it just doesn't feel like the rest of the buttons. And like, I get it. Elastic junk can only, I guess, rebound so many times, but it's still kind of irritating because controllers have gotten like wildly expensive. Like, people complain about the price of games or whatever coming up now, but like controllers being $70 or something, that's the real ripoff. I'm not doing only hard. I'm on very hard. It just doesn't say very hard. You fool. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of stuff in it, but I mean, yet another point in the Dreamcast's favor. Buy those VMUs separately. If you just want another controller for your one other friend. Get these hot Nyko power pads or whatever. At $20. It has buttons. It's got little fans in the grips. Turbo things lit up with the world's dimmest LED indicator lights. I can't believe Nintendo copied the VMU concept with the Switch. And they didn't even port Chow Adventure 2 to it. Yeah, but I've never bought new Joy-Con, so I don't know how much they cost. And I bought a Pro Controller at some point because I was depressed, and I thought, oh well, I'll just get into Splatoon, or Splatoon, however you're putting the emphasis on it. And that'll go better with the Pro Controller, probably. And then I found out my internet doesn't work with the Switch Online service. So I did not play it, and that controller just sits, probably discharged in a drawer. $80 for a pair of Joy-Con? Is that like in Canadian, or? They should have made the Joy-Con covered in that bitterant like the cartridges are. Get a GameCube controller for the Switch for $25. If you have that like Smash for the Wii U GameCube adapter, you can plug that into the Switch and it will work. Not every button is mapped quite right, but I remember I was playing some of Mario Odyssey when it came out like that. The jump button was not where it normally should have been, but I thought that was kind of neat. Ah, damn it. I don't know if it works with all of them. I'm not sure if all the buttons are in a way that makes it possible or easy. And also the Joy-Con have more buttons, I think. Well, it has one, well, there's like a ZL, which I guess the GameCube doesn't have because it has like one Z button. But other than that, I guess you can probably play anything. Oh, you're thinking about GameCube controllers for the Switch. I was just thinking about the adapter. Oh yeah, the minus button. I feel like the AI is significantly more resilient in very hard mode. Like, more than anything, just matches take a lot longer. Yeah, I have to get back into Ring Fit. I'm fat again. Oh, oops. Ring Chub Adventure. I started the New Game Plus and then fell out of it after I had my de-lumping. I like the Joy-Con, actually. In their little controller grip thing, I think that's a pretty good size for a controller. Without having to feel like I'm reaching to hit anything. Man, playing Breath of the Wild when that came out on the Switch was really good. God, what a game. Just wish it had a couple more dungeons. How is the Mega Play version different? Did they fix the typo on Pyramid? Or is that only in the Japanese version? Also, I've never had my Joy-Con drift. Everyone says Joy-Con drift, all this stuff about it, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what it means, I don't know what it's supposed to be doing. I also don't use my Switch that frequently, so who knows, but... stage backgrounds. Were there even stage backgrounds on the Genesis version, or was it just that generic, like, stone wall? The analog stick thinks there's input where there's not. Is it just a little bit? I don't know. Does it, like, happen sporadically, or can you just leave your controller sitting there and it'll just move? Because I don't think I've ever had that happen. Jesus. Yeah, I can't say I've ever noticed. Every now and then I see crap on Twitter about someone's Animal Crossing island? City? Town? Whatever it is in this specific version. I'm kind of sometimes tempted to play, but it also feels like everyone has had their Animal Crossing moment. and you don't want to jump into it way after the fact where no one's going to be all that interested in playing it with you anymore because they're all burnt out. Especially now, because I feel like it had become everybody's pandemic game, and why would you want to relive that part of your life? Got off all these phone notifications, and they're all just garbage. Donate blood to the Red Cross like once, and then they never leave you alone. And my undergrad has been trying to call me for money again, which I had totally forgotten about until I realized that I had put them in my phone book on an old phone years ago as "Don't pick up, they want your money." So the other day, I got a call from "Don't pick up, they want your money." And I guess they're going back on the fundraising trail. Which I don't... like... I get it, like, if you're super wealthy and your college was a transformative experience for you, like, congrats, donate money, sure. But, like, for the rest of us that just needed a degree, like, you paid tuition, it was a lot. Like, why are you coming at me for more money? I'm a graduate student, I don't make anything. And it was irritating because they kept me on the phone at first. When they first started calling me with, like, people, students, I guess, that were volunteering or maybe being paid for making these donation calls. And they were framing it as like, oh, I'm a student at the University of whatever, and oh, you're a grad student. How do you get into graduate school? Do you have any advice? And I was talking about, like, oh, this is what I did, and this is what I did in undergrad, and did research with these people, and this is how I found these people, and whatever, whatever. And then they listened intently and then just asked me for money at the end. Like, oh, okay. Well, you could have just asked me that up front and saved all of our time, because you were obviously not interested in that part. Yeah, those fake honor programs. Everyone wants your money. Always and forever. That could have been a chain if I did that right. Nope. Order of events for putting all these pieces down are all just getting cockeyed. No. God, I've been in school forever. I'm telling you, that's just what makes you extra weird. Never have a real job and just interact with your own cavalcade of weird nerds. Got a very skewed perspective on life. Ivory Tower 10. I'm one of those people that, like, you look at their hands and it's, oh, well, you've obviously never worked a day in your life. And it's true, unfortunately. Actually, sometimes you could look at my hands after I come home from work and they're stained with various dyes or chemicals, but that's maybe answering a different question. Get a lot of, like, phenol red on my hands, which is a pH-sensitive dye. And it's in a pattern where, or a powder where it's very dark red, and then you hit, or get a little bit of water into it, and it makes a very, very vivid solution. And sometimes you get, like, the powder on your hands and not realize, and then you go to wash your hands and it just looks like they're bleeding out of your fingers all sorts of ways. I don't work with rats anymore, so no rat bite marks. I do have a couple of mouse bite marks. One from my coworker. Or coworker's mice, I mean, not my coworker. I've yet to be bitten by a coworker, to clarify. No, I had to inject animals for him, because I was running certain behavioral cohorts. Anyway, the one that bit me was due to get vehicle instead of psilocybin, so that's what you get. Could have been nice to me, and maybe I would have given you the good drugs, but nope. Actually, he was in his experimental group far before I was going to possibly ever change it, but still. Kind of a jerk thing to do to someone. And they hurt. They're like hypodermic needles in your teeth, or in your finger. Their teeth are like hypodermic needles in your finger. There we go. Line that sentence up to be slightly less horrifying. But yeah, like a bunch of rodent bites, a bunch of like accidental needle sticks with fun chemical remains. Ketamine. Or doing surgeries and sniffing isoflurane all day. Coming home and having very bizarre dreams afterwards. What do I do when that happens? Nothing. Wash it thoroughly and put a band-aid on. And then go around saying, ow, my finger. I mean, you know, the dose of ketamine, for example, that we'd use in a rodent is very tiny. So it's not like I'm gonna get anything that's psychoactive from that. just from like the dregs of whatever remains uninjected in the needle or on the tip. It's more just like a risk of infection from sticking yourself with something that's been inside a mouse. No, if I took a bunch of ketamine or psilocybin, I would probably face criminal charges. We have to log every amount of scheduled drugs that we use in a notebook, and it's very frustrating. Have our own DEA number and everything. And also, like, the doses and the amounts that we have are very tiny. In the clinic, they gave me 25 milligrams of pure psilocybin, and I tripped my brains out, but we maybe have like a milligram or 2 in total for the animal experiments, because with their size and the dose we're giving them, we just don't really actually need a lot of the chemical itself. So, like, stealing drugs from work is a bad idea, because you're not gonna have fun with the drugs and the amount that you have, and then you're gonna go to jail. Or have to explain in court why you took the drugs. And there's probably no great answer, other than like, I just wanted to try it, officer, and that's gonna be bad for you and your lab and everything else. Ossifer. Yay! Was that very hard or hard? They do use the same laugh. The pitch is just different, which is why I always pick this character, because it's very funny. Wait, what was that thing where you hold down the button and you can move the camera? Is it select? Oh, there it is. Whee! What a game. Do you have to dilute it to actually use it, or does our equipment deal with the tiny samples? We prepare a stock solution. There are very, very precise analytical balances that'll measure like milligram at a time accurately, or less. So we just use those and make a stock solution and throw it in the freezer. It's the queen! No, I don't get to play as her. Can a regular person volunteer to do drugs? Yeah, go to clinicaltrials.gov and look for a drug trial near you. God, her face. Not the queen's, but the... What's her name, like Flair? The red one? Just the way their mouth is drawn is so strange. I don't think Give Me the Drugs is a real website, but clinicaltrials.gov is. That's where I found the psilocybin thing. And also where I had tried to sign up for a ketamine trial and never got around to it. I didn't get paid. They paid me in drugs and food, but not monetarily. Oh, also I'm into Luminous, actually, in terms of other puzzle games. So it's like this and Puyo and Luminous and not really Magical Drop. Not really Columns all that much, but I guess I can play it. I just don't think I like the core gameplay loop enough to want to get good at it. It's the same thing with Tetris. Nah, I've never played Wario's Woods or Yoshi's Cookie. Any of those. Pedal Crash, I think, is like a sort of puzzle game that came out recently that's kind of based on this? Or maybe it's not based on the gameplay, but it's based on the character graphic fairy. I don't remember. I saw a trailer for it at some point and don't remember specifically what it was. But I think it's got something to kind of do with this. I mean, it seems cute, and that's pretty much like the half of what I'm looking for in a puzzle game. Life's hard. Fill my puzzle games with cute bullshit. Thank you. Your local clinical trials only need healthy lactating women and Japanese men over 60. Is that what they've mentioned in the recruitment criteria? Pregnant Japanese men over 60? Oh, to be a pregnant Japanese man. I've also been meaning to play Puzzle Fighter a bunch and just never got around to it, because that also seems up my alley from like a general gameplay layout and like cute character graphic perspective. It's got like classic twiddly hand Morrigan. So that's always a good time. Rest in peace, Darkstalkers. Healthy Japanese participants compared with matched healthy non-Hispanic Caucasian participants. Wait, what is this for? Is it for psilocybin, or... There are other drugs you can look for. I guess it depends what you're trying to fix about yourself. Because I'm sure they have a number of clinical trials for major depressive disorders, but I'm sure a lot of them are also... probably located in, like, urban or big, like, university town settings. What is Maribavir? M-A-R-I-B... Maribel? No, N-B-A... There, V-I-R. It's an experimental oral antiviral drug candidate. Why do you want this? in which hematopoietic stem cell bone marrow transplant patients... Blah, 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 blah. Is that you? Evaluation of pharmacokinetic interaction between GSK, that's, what is it, like GlaxoSmithKline. Every drug company has their own little abbreviation that they put in the front of their research chemical names. 3640254 and caffeine, metoprolol, montelukast, flurbiprofen. Flurbiprofen. Oh god, all these other things. No, I don't think omeprazol's for titties. They make other drugs for that. Flurb. Looking for vacation pills. Just close your eyes and put on a nice bimboification binaural beats track and go to town. I'm sure someone has made that. God, there's this app. So I mentioned this at some point on stream. So one of the guys in the clinical trial, in fact, the guy that was running the clinical trial for psilocybin that I was in, turned me onto this app that is supposed to simulate some of the like introspective and visual effects of taking a hallucinogen based on like using the strobe of your camera flash to kind of put you in this trance-like state. It like sort of kind of works. And the guy was like, yeah, I was using this actually, and I think it helped me quit playing so many games on my phone. It's like, wait, you're the guy running the study that put all these drugs in me, and this is your approach to how you think it works? Like, sorry, this is not at all like the real thing. I've tried both. I know it also sounds like a very hokey concept, like why would your phone flash do any of this? It had been something that people had sort of looked into at some point in like the 60s, this stroboscope where you have light flashing at a certain frequency and it produces certain like behavioral, emotional, morphological, I don't know, impacts your brain somehow in a way that I don't entirely understand. I guess if you stimulate certain neurological pathways at certain frequencies, you can strengthen or weaken them. But, I tried it again the other day because I was feeling like shit. It's still a really dumb app, and it's really irritating because, like, it produces some, like, very similar to psychedelic visual patterns when you have your eyes closed and the camera flash is strobing at it. Or at your eyelids, I guess. But it's really annoying to have a camera flash just going off like hundreds of times per minute right in front of your face in a darkened room. And that had always been my struggle with the app. Like, do I think it necessarily works? Probably not. Is it interesting? Yeah, sure. But, like, I cannot do it for more than a couple of minutes because I just don't like looking at it, and my eyes just cannot handle it, I guess. The app is called Luminate, FYI. Well, the FYI is not the app name, it's just called Luminate. Lumenate. Because it's like, you illuminate from like a psychological breakthrough perspective, but also lumens like light. So, feel free to try it. It's kind of hokey and dumb, but... If you're ever wondering what it is like to have your eyes closed on psychedelics, it is not like that. God damn it. Well, the point of the stream is mostly just for me to talk and complain. If you zone out, that's fine. I'm just providing you with content. Is there somebody with a leaf blower outside? Yeah. Yeah, there is. Hang on, I'm gonna turn my bathroom fan off. It's the Wily Wars. It's Mega Man 1 through 3 ported to the Sega Genesis, because I guess somebody wants that. Oh, don't be afraid of psychedelics. Like I was. I was afraid of like antidepressants and everything as well, because, you know, you hear like people's horror stories and I don't know. Imagine like the worst is going to happen to you and you're going to do stuff to your brain that you will regret. Or like it'll make you fundamentally not you, or something like that. But it's mostly just overblown. And especially for like mental illness cases. Like, let's be honest, in a lot of cases you're already not really, you know, you in the way that you want to be, so it's worth experimenting. Oh, I don't invite him to yet. Or any of them. No, the Mega Man tracks of the Genesis sound trip sound bad. Just sounds like really lazy MIDI. It sounds like FM synth on like a DOS game. It has that same... I don't know how to explain it. Very MIDI sound. Muffled in a very kind of Super Nintendo sort of way. Ah, I'm blowing it. Sorry, don't be disappointed in me. Oh, the Princess Maker 2 soundtrack is so good. I love that game. Like, unironically. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Especially the, like, potential in it to have an ending where you end up dating your weird adoptive father. In a creepy, like, you groomed this girl since she was 10 and now you are dating her and marrying her at 18 ending, which is not something I can condone, but it's just like so weirdly lightheartedly goofy, and I love the artwork. Like great 90s anime. And the music is really good. And then all the other Princess Makers sucked. Can choose to be wholesome. I mean, I had my lumberjack ending, and I had my, like, worse of the two sex worker endings. So I think I've pretty much achieved my destiny in Princess Maker. Shit! God, was the lumberjack ending the one where I had my character go out into the map and do the adventure mode a bunch and she ended up just being incredibly strong? Oh, that's right, because I got her the dragon armor! From that dragon kid that then showed up at my door and proposed to me with his dragon mother. And then I said no. God. Imagine that actually happening. Hello, my adolescent child is here to marry you, and I, his mother, am also here. Because he has to be driven back in the family minivan after this. What is this, Johnny? Oops. God. Of course it's a PC98 screenshot. That's great, I love it. Princess Maker has good hair. I stole a fair amount of the base when I made the Princess Maker hold on screen. I found it to be relatable enough to my own hair. But like if I were a 90s anime. Oh wait, what am I doing? I went to Metal Man for a reason. Well, I guess I'm from the 90s, so it could be a 90s anime. Who is to say? But it'll be like one of those gross Western animes. It'll be like Nyan Nyan Sugar Girls. Or what was that, like, crappy knockoff of anime that was intentionally bad on YouTube? Was it that one? Oh, god damn it. For some reason I thought Metal Man did, like, extra damage to Airman. Metal Man does no damage to Airman. Rip. God, some of these tornado patterns you can't even dodge. It's not even that hard. I'm just crap. If only I had the slide, the most powerful technique in Mega Man. Is this a remaster? What's the name for a remaster that makes something worse? Other than Star Wars. What do we call that? Because it's one of those. A demake. I don't think this is the definitive version of Mega Man, but somebody put Mega Man on the Sega Genesis. But they only put it out on, like, a digital download service. And I think only in Europe or something. We didn't have the, like, NTSC 60 frame per second version until it was put on the Genesis Mini. God, his face looks so much worse than this. Message from Dr. Light. Sega Channel, that's the one. Woodsman. Wasn't this the basis for that I Can't Beat Airman song, though? Like, not even Airman stage? Also, it's still a good song. There's a remastered version on YouTube. And I think it used to actually be on Spotify at some point and then got taken down. I'm assuming Airman doesn't work for this, right? No, of course not. An actual remaster, yes. Did a school project, this is the background music once. Do you mean the Genesis version specifically? Also, God, imagine all of the video game tracks that have ended up in various school projects or presentations that just nobody knew what the music was from. I always felt like you were getting away with something, like bringing some video game crap into the classroom. Although I guess now everyone just has a phone or whatever in their pocket, so it's not really all that exciting anymore. What word? Oh yeah, culturally transmitted media, I get it. I'm hip. I love culture and media. Chat with kids avoiding class on their phone on the regular. See, I generally don't chat with kids, so I couldn't tell. God, I would imagine teaching these days is just a nightmare. Like, how do you just get people to not be on their phone all the time? Or also, like, constantly just being recorded or whatever, teaching a class, but people just trying to get on your nerves. Crap. I did have bagels today, actually. Figured I'd earned it because there was a point over toward the end of the week and the weekend where I didn't eat out of, like, fair amount of depression for like 3 days. So then I got bagels. Screw it. I've earned it. Also, like, being in high school or something with social media everywhere seems like a miserable experience these days. Never bothered until I was more or less partway through college. It's not really doing a great job. I can't beat Woodman, as the song goes. Well, I never had social media back in high school because I never took pictures of myself or anything. That was pretty much really the only reason I avoided like, Facebook and whatever else, just because I did not want to be in pictures or tagged in anything or seen or perceived at all. The end. No, MySpace still exists in some form or other. Yeah, it had a pretty massive redesign. No face, obviously Facebook wouldn't work. I'm still gonna hold on to that no face joke, by the way. Man, this just looks wrong. I don't know what it is, it just... It's such a half-hearted effort to make this sort of 16-bit and throw some extra colors in. It's like when Mega Man has too much caffeine and one of his eyes just start twitching. I don't know what you start with on Mega Man 3. It's probably... Snake Man? Oh, this isn't the charge one, though. This has the slide. I think the best Mega Man is 2. Maybe? Maybe 3. I'm not going to be able to decide based on this one, though. Is Mega Man 3 the one where Proto Man pops up periodically? Also, God, there's so many Mega Man enemies that I just eat damage on. Lousy Hammer Bro. Or whatever it's called. Not Sniper Joe. Maybe it's Hammered Joe. The spinny thing in the Olympics. I forget the name. The shot put Joe. Hammer Bob. Is there a Hammer George? God, I presented Bob and George sprite comics in my art class in like middle school or elementary school, I think, as a form of art. I forgot what form of art I said it was supposed to be. I'm sure my art teacher was very confused. Good luck though, or good news though, I still passed elementary school anyway. Nope. Oh, okay. Stage just has a lot of random health power-ups just there for you, doesn't it? No, Bob and George is still up. Periodically, I check on it. He has a number of creator commentaries on all the tracks, or the comics. Especially the older ones. He might not have written little commentary blurbs for the newer ones, but... I mean, I read it at the time, and it's kind of interesting to just sort of see some of the creative process. Even if they weren't, like, that good, objectively. I also made my own dumb sprite comics, inspired by that. With a fair amount of jokes I also just pretty much directly stole. Oh, this menu's weird. Why is there so much delay? Like, you can't open it immediately again. They do look like shrimp. That's what I was also thinking. I don't know what any of the bosses in Mega Man 3 do, by the way. Snake Man, I think, just runs at you because he's a jerk. And I don't know what you do when someone just comes at you like that and then throws snakes at you. Especially. This is Snake Man. You're right. You're right. How did I miss that? Whoop. Snake Man is in a room of snakes. He's a snake himself, and he's throwing snakes at me. It's great. Does he just not come over to this corner? I guess if you jump at the corner, he doesn't. Yay! Which one was Kid Red? They had a lot of fan comics on Bob and George as well that I remember liking. Arrgh. What's Snake Man good against? Wow, that looks a lot better than the thing in Mega Man 2. Shadow Man? Let me think. No, Hard Man. Right? I used to know all the weaknesses based on, like, Bob and George comics and the explanations for why they're weak to individual things. You think it's top for Shadow? Yeah, that sounds right. It's not Needle Man, it's not Spark Man. I think it's Hard Man? I don't know. Brr. That's a sprite. Can we make a Robot Master that's like really solid yet? If not, we need one of those. Poor anime face emotes. Always faced to be in a, or always cursed to be in a state of constant orgasm. Wait. Is this like a weapon 2 sort of thing? Can I just not do this? Look at the second page of items. Oh. Why is he blue? Oh, he's not. What? That's weird. I mean, you have more colors on the Genesis, not less. Also, that sprite looks horrible. I don't even think this game is close to being up against the palette limit. I mean, just by eye. Maybe it isn't. Or maybe it is. I mean, it's only like 64 colors at once for the Genesis, unless you get into gross, like, mid-screen, scanline garbage. You can, like, change the palette as the raster beam moves down your TV, nonsense like that. Although I guess it is kind of neat that people found stuff like that on the Genesis. Random hardware quirks. I can't get any of those. None of the stage tells me anything about what Hardman actually is, though. Oh, good. Is he weak against Search Snakes? No, he's not. We are all jump and shoot, man, on this blessed day. Ugh, God, I'll just eat the damage, whatever. Proto Man, just leave me alone. Stop jumping and shooting. Making me have a bad time. Thank you. Wow, that was hard, man. Nailed it. Already made myself flatter. Easier to get stepped on. Arrgh. What's he do? Great. Sure. That's a pattern. In my mind, this is what snakes are good for. Oh, good. No, I never played Mega Man Powered Up. They look cute, though. God, I'm just getting hit by everything. Only I were jump and shoot, man. What if there were a Mega Man puzzle game? There's Mega Man Soccer. Puzzman. Oh, they move again? Ugh, gross. This sucks. Well, it's like 4 o'clock and I should try to get something done today, so thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you around at some point. See ya.